What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today is part 3 or episode 3 of the series I do on my channel talking about 100 perfect songs of each genre. I put it on a Spotify playlist and then I come back here to discuss it. And today we're at R&B, rhythm and blues. I thought pop might be good. I was thinking pop for episode 3. Episode 1 was hip hop, episode 2 was rock. Thought pop would do pretty well for episode 3, but I realized for this channel, and this is a pretty new channel, it'd be best if I made content on music I'm really into at the moment. And right now, I'm really into R&B, and there's lots of passion in me at the moment to talk about it. So here we are, R&B, Rhythm and Blues, episode 3. It's something I'm really into at the moment, so we're here to discuss it. I did cheat for this episode. In the last 2 episodes, I said only 5 songs per artist per playlist. But there's 3 artists in here that are just so good at the genre. I absolutely had to give them more than 5 song placements. So when I get there, I'll get there. And if you want to check out this playlist, it's on Spotify, Jack Ultra on Spotify, and link will be in the description. But without any further ado, let's get into it. The first song on here, and by the way, I think I've mentioned this before, I like to make the first 4 songs like the best representation of the genre, really. So look, I got What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, D'Angelo, Voodoo, Miseducation, Lauryn Hill, and Stevie Wonder, Songs The Key of Life. So I like to put the top 4, the best represent the genre, up there first. So anyways, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, first song. If you're gonna make a playlist on 100 perfect R&B songs, how could I not? Like I said, best represents the genre for the first 4 songs. How could I not include What's Going On by Marvin Gaye? One of the best songs of all time, one of the most beautiful songs of all time. I had to include it. So there it is. And also, Marvin Gaye is going to be one of the artists that I have more than 5 songs for. I think he has 6. So just a little bit more than 5, but there was like 6 songs on here that I absolutely had to include. So there's that. Untitled How Does It Feel by D'Angelo off Voodoo. If y'all don't know, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, Voodoo by D'Angelo is one of my favorite albums of all time. I think it's one of the best albums of all time. I think it's the best R&B album of all time. This is the most well-known song, and there's going to be multiple Voodoo placements, but Untitled How Does It Feel? So sensual, so deep, so beautiful. I had to put it on here. X Factor by Miss Lauryn Hill off the Miseducation Lauryn Hill. I think a lot of people know this from the Drake song when he sampled this. But this by itself, and there's going to be multiple Lauryn Hill placements off that album, I had to. It's a beautiful song. Her singing is amazing, so that's on here. Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder off Songs in the Key of Life. Let me scroll down a little bit, get more songs on this on the screen. Sir Duke is probably the best song off Songs in the Key of Life, which many people consider the best album of all time. It's pretty much just 30 songs because it's a double album of beautiful, amazing songwriting by Stevie Wonder, and I think Sir Duke's probably the best representation of the album, and it's beautiful. So it's here, and Kiss of Life by Sade, and here we go with another artist. Another artist with more than 5 song placements, because Sade, I think. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention D'Angelo. D'Angelo is one where I think he has 8 placements and Sade has 7. I could be wrong. But yeah, Marvin Gaye has 6. D'Angelo might have like 9, dude. D'Angelo's so good, and he only had 3 albums. But Sade is another person that I cheated for. So Kiss of Life off the Love Deluxe. That's a top 5 R&B album of all time. It's flawless. I have it rated as a 10 out of 10 album. Kiss of Life is probably the best song on there, so I had to include that on here. Everybody Loves the Sunshine by Roy Ayers. Really a beautiful song, an oldie, but how can you not love the... Just a beautiful, happy song, and I love it. Feel Like Making Love by D'Angelo off Voodoo. Here's another song off Voodoo, and I really, at first, with this series, and I had this issue last episode, I said I wasn't going to do covers, because, and I haven't put a cover on these 100 Perfect Songs list yet. I was going to do Man Who Sold the World by Nirvana, but originally a David Bowie song in the Rock episode, but I changed my mind, said I can't do covers. But Feel Like Making Love is one of the best covers of all time. It's originally a Roberta Flack song, and D'Angelo takes the song and turns it into a lovey, sensual, beautiful vibe. So it's one of the best songs ever, not even just R&B. So I had to include D'Angelo's cover of that on here. Roberta Flack's song's amazing, but I feel like D'Angelo just specialized it with his funkiness. So there's another Voodoo placement. Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye. There's another Marvin Gaye placement. Everyone knows this song. I think it's at like 2 billion plays. I had to include it on here. It's beautiful. Respect by Aretha Franklin. And by the way, when I looked up for this video, like I wanted to make sure each song was really like pop soul or neo soul, really like soul R&B music. The genre this was listed as is rhythm and blues. So it doesn't get more R&B than this. This is one of the best R&B songs ever. Respect by Aretha Franklin. Al Green, Let's Stay Together. Once again, another oldie. A goodie and an oldie and a goodie. So Let's Stay Together, Al Green. Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. Another Songs in the Key of Life placement. Probably the second best song of Songs in the Key of Life. Just the baby being born. Such a beautiful concept. Such a beautiful song. Had to include that. Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. Once again, we're going to get some oldies, some goodies, and that's definitely one of them. Gone Gone Thank You by Tyler, the Creator. I think this is the best song of Igor, and if you guys don't know, I think Igor is a 10 out of 10 perfect album, a perfect R&B album, and it's the best song on there. The switch-ups, my favorite part of the song is probably when it goes down an octave. My love's gone, my love's gone. Dude, absolutely incredible. I couldn't not include this on here. My song, I'm pretty sure most people know this because I Wonder is one of Kanye's most popular songs, and he sampled my song. Guys, you need to listen to the original. My song is incredible. It's one of the best songs ever written. It's just a guy singing about his song in a beautiful voice, and it's incredible. So, my song, more D'Angelo, Brown Sugar, off Brown Sugar, the title track. This is like a top 5 D'Angelo song for me. It's, I love D'Angelo. Bro, D'Angelo is so good. D'Angelo is so good. So, Brown Sugar's on here. Just the two of us, more oldies, more goodies. Everybody knows that. And then we have Smooth Operator, the single version. And I feel like some music nerds would be like, oh, you should have put the one off Diamond Life, the original. But I feel like as a listen, the single version is probably better. But this might be the best Sade song, honestly. But I don't know if I can. No, Kiss of Life's probably better. But I don't know if I can say. Am I wrong for saying that I think the single version is better than the album version? I'm sorry. It's what I think, and I'm going to stand by it. So, I Want You by Marvin Gaye. Another Marvin Gaye placement. If you guys know The Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar, he sampled this song, and it's one of the best Marvin Gaye songs. It's beautiful. Stand By Me by Benny King. Once again, a lot of these are going to be classics, like classic songs. And that's a classic song. Rock With You by Michael Jackson. This is the only Michael Jackson placement because I think Michael Jackson really falls under the category of pop more than R&B. His sister's on here, Janet, and I think she does R&B more than he does. But Rock With You, probably my personal favorite Michael Jackson song, and I think it really does fit R&B more than pop. So Rock With You is on here. Tell Him off the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. This is probably my favorite song off the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. It's just beautiful. Her voice makes you feel like you're levitating. And this is one of the songs I hear. One of the songs I've only heard where I feel like I could like levitate. Like this one in particular, her singing is just so majestic. And it's one of the best songs off the Miseducation of Off the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. We got another Marvin song. Mercy, Mercy Me off What's Going On. Probably the second best song behind What's Going On. You could say it's the best song. It's so catchy, so beautiful. And I mentioned What's Going On, the album, in my 7 Heavenly Albums video. And if you haven't heard What's Going On, you need to do it like now. Like stop the video and listen to What's Going On. Pink and White, Frank Ocean off Blonde. I'm not really huge on Frank Ocean. Like he's good, but I'm just not really huge on him. But Pink and White, I think it's probably one of his most popular songs. Probably the best song off Blonde, and it had to be on here. Never Too Much by Luther Vandross. Now we talking like oldies. Like y'all want oldies? Here we go. Like never too much. Bro, had to include it on here. Another legendary artist is Erykah Badu. Didn't you know? Mama's Gun, one of my favorite R&B albums of all time. One of the best R&B albums of all time. Didn't you know? So funky, so amazing. Send It On, more D'Angelo. Guys, Voodoo is a masterclass. It's a one-on-one. it's a how to make a perfect album 101 for a genre of music. Like, this is how to make a perfect R&B album, and D'Angelo did it. Send It On. Look, I really could have put, and I think there's probably like 5 more Voodoo placements on here, but I really could have done every song off Voodoo. It's incredible, and Send It On is one of the best. Can't Take My Eyes Off You, another cover, but this cover is, just better than the original in my opinion. So I included it on here. Love's in Need of Love Today, the first song off the Songs That Key Life by Stevie Wonder. Jay-Z sampled this, and this is a beautiful song. 7 minutes of pure bliss. Stevie, I think we have 3 Stevie placements, so yeah, that's one of them. Spanish Joint, more D'Angelo, another one of the best songs of Voodoo. It really sounds like a Spanish song, and I had to include it. Is It a Crime, off the album Promise by Sade. I believe on Album of the Year, this is the highest rated Sade songs and one of the highest rated songs of all time. It's not one of my personal favorite Sade songs, but it shows how perfect she is at making R&B songs when a song like Is It a Crime isn't one of my favorites. So, Is It a Crime, Sade, no words. Between the Sheets, people know this because of Biggie sampled it. But it's a beautiful song. Most of these songs on here are going to be really slow, they're slow jams. Most of the songs on here are slow jams. So Between the Sheets is one of the best slow jams there is. So, that's on here. Think About You by Frank Ocean, more Frank Ocean. This might be my personal Frank Ocean song, another one of the most popular Frank Ocean songs off Channel Orange. Bag Lady off Mama's Gun, one of my favorite songs off Mama's Gun. And who sampled this? I know a lot of hip hop heads watch my stuff, so I think Explosive by Dr. Dre off 2001. He sampled Bag Lady, and he knows ball because it's an amazing song. Now we're getting into R&B once again, like rhythm and blues. Nina Simone, I Want a Little Sugar in My Bowl. Talk about peak, talk about amazingness. Nina Simone, had to include her on here. I Couldn't Love You More by Sade, more Love Deluxe. Dude, look, I'll do a video on this in the future, but if I'm talking about best R&B albums of all time, I think the 2 best are Love Deluxe and Voodoo. Those are the 2 best R&B albums of all time, in my opinion. Like, a lot of people might say, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye? While it is an amazing album, I feel like Sade and D'Angelo, those are my king and queen of the R&B genre. Sade is the queen, D'Angelo is the king. That's it. They perfected the genre. And I Couldn't Love You More. I think almost all of Love Deluxe is on here. Through the Wire, Did I really just say that? I'm sorry. What's a boy with a Kanye tattoo of this the college dropout what else is he gonna say? So everyone knows this. Through the Fire, they know it from Through the Wire by Kanye. Incredible song. I probably wouldn't know this if it wasn't for Through the Wire. So thank you to Kanye for showing me this amazing song. And I might get some sighs, but look, I'm not huge on Drake. I made a video ranking Drake albums, and I've straight up said more than half his albums are D or F. But Passion Fruit, guys, the song Passion Fruit is one of the best R&B songs there is. It's so slow, so groovy, so amazing. Passion Fruit had to be on here. So Passion Fruit, and there's another Drake song on here. So get prepared for that. Creep, a 90s classic. 90s classic. More D'Angelo with Lady of Brown Sugar. Sade, Like a Tattoo, Love Deluxe. Like I said, lots of D'Angelo, lots of Sade on here. I'm Gonna Love You Just a Little Bit More, Baby by Barry White. Oldies, we're talking about oldies here. I mean, that's classic. Probably my favorite song off Voodoo, One More Again. So funky. If you haven't heard this song, well, first off, if you haven't heard this album, what are you doing? Same thing with What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. If you haven't heard that album, what are you doing? Stop the video, go listen to it right now. One Mo' Gin is one of the funkiest songs I've ever heard. Dude, I could go into talk about Voodoo all day. And I probably will make a video on D'Angelo soon. I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. I had to include it on here. I know it's kind of basic and corny, but her singing, guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. Come on now. The Velvet Rope by Janet Jackson. There's Janet on here off the album Velvet Rope, one of the best R&B albums of all time. Incredible. There's more. I think there's a few more songs from the Velvet Rope that are on here. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. I said the bay. No, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Once again, that's a rhythm and blues song. Like this defines the genre. So, that had to be on here. Then we got Anita Baker, Sweet Love. For my hip hop heads, we know that MF Doom sampled this on Hoe Cakes, but this song, like, your music teacher would be proud. I don't know why I said that. Like, I don't know if everyone had music class like me, like as a kid, like in 5th grade, like 4th grade, you had music was one of the classes. Like this is how to make a music teacher proud. Just beautifully singing, make a beautiful song, and Anita Baker was one of the GOATs. So she's on here. And a last second placement by me, because I really forgot about it until now, At Last. At Last. Oh, that singing was terrible by me, Jesus. I need to get a drink. But I almost forgot about this because this didn't take me too long to put together. It didn't take me too long to put together. Like, oh yeah, you still see on here date added 2 hours ago. Like this whole list was done, but I was like, I really was thinking I should do pop first, but then I said, you know what? I need to do R&B. So I literally didn't think about this till 2 hours ago. Do I Move You? More Nina Simone. Nina Simone sings the blues. Once again, we're talking about rhythm and blues. The OG. So that's on here. Killing Me Softly with the song. Lauryn Hill, the Fugees. Classic. And we are halfway through the list. We got Joy Inside My Tears off Songs of the Key Life of Stevie Wonder. And I will say, so many songs off Songs of the Key Life are really pop songs. So it took me a while to formulate which songs off Songs of the Key Life I should use for R&B. And this was one of the songs I chose. It's amazing. It is R&B. And Joy Inside My Tears, one of my favorites off Songs of the Key Life. Then more Sade, Bulletproof Soul. The funk on here, the boom, 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 boom. Once again, Sade, the queen of R&B. Say It Right. I was born in the early 2000s, so I had to include this on here. I don't care if people don't like it. I had to include it on here. I've Got a Woman by Ray Charles. Once again, rhythm and blues. Like, this is rhythm and blues to a T. So, I Got a Woman, and everyone knows the Gold Digger sample. I'm So Into You. Some people may think this is corny, but I think it's a perfect song. It's classic. 90s classic. So, it's on here. Go Deep by Janet Jackson. Off the Velvet Rope, another Janet Jackson song. This is my favorite off the Velvet Rope. It's incredible. It's funky. It's fun, and I love it. Addicted by Amy Winehouse. Now, a lot of people wouldn't put this on here. It's the outro to Back to Black, but I love the concept. It's just about like don't borrow my drugs or whatever. Like, and the singing is just amazing on here. So I know a lot of people aren't big on this song, but well, I wouldn't say that. It's just like not super well known, but I think it's one of the best songs of Back to Black and one of the best Amy Winehouse songs. And there should be a few more Amy Winehouse placements on here. Earthquake by Tyler, the Creator, one of the best songs off Igor. At first I heard this song, I thought it was kind of like goofy, like he's singing. He was like, "You made my earthquake," and I thought it was kind of corny. But the more I heard it, I was like, "No, this is beautiful. It's amazing." So I love that. And I just did my Outkast ranked video, and I put Roses on here because that's one of the best Outkast songs. And actually, is it one of the best? Dude, Outkast has so many good songs. I don't know if I'd say it's one of the best. It's a perfect song though. It's a perfect song. So that's on here. Caroline. Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. Is it Mark? I had to look real quick because I was about to say, why is it Return of the Mac? I don't know. This is just a song where I don't know the artist that well. He just made an amazing song. This song is super catchy, super funky, and yeah. I Want to Get Next to You. I think this is from the movie Friday, and a lot of music I get is from the movies I watch. Like if there's a good song playing. I think like Ice Cube was in a scene with a girl, and this song was playing. I could be wrong, and this is where... No, I think I'm right. And I heard it, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. I'm adding it to the playlist, so there it is. Cruisin' by D'Angelo, another D'Angelo placement off Brown Sugar, the king of R&B. What else do I got to say? And many people consider Beyonce the king of R&B, the queen of R&B, excuse me. And there's Drunken Love, one of my favorite songs from Beyonce, and it's on here. I was going to put Crazy in Love on here too, but I thought it's really not an R&B song because it's just too hectic. Like, dun, 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 dun. It's just too hectic to be an R&B song for me, so I didn't include it on here. Another song from Igor, A Boy's a Gun, taking that sample that Kanye used for the Bound song and sampling it. Amazing. One of the best songs off Igor. More Beyonce, but this time it's Destiny's Child. It's Bills, Bills, Bills. So that's on here. Back to Black, another Amy placement. Redbone by Childish Gambino. You know, I almost didn't include this on here because I feel like it was too much to be just an R&B song, but it's like under psychedelic soul. I think that's what it's listed as. I thought it might be a little too much, but I said, you know what? It's going to be on here. So we got Redbone on here. Weak, SMV. I almost said SMW. I'm sorry. Like, when I'm looking at this right now, I'm like, it's kind of hard for me to, it's, tiny letters. So, Rehab by Amy Winehouse. More Amy. That's a song I grew up with. Like, I remember I was like, how old was I? I was like 9 or 10 in 2011. And they played this at like the pool I went to. Like, my aunt had a pool and they played this all the time there. And I love it. I have nostalgic memories for Rehab and R.I.P. Amy. I think that's the last Amy placement. Poison. That's another song where it's really just like a one hit wonder, but one hit wonder for a reason. Poison's amazing. I say so much in these videos, but what do you want me to do? I'm making this up on the spot, okay? I'm making this up on the spot. No Ordinary Love by Sade, Love Deluxe. Like I said, Sade. Is that the last Sade placement? I don't know. We'll see. Twisted by Keith Sweat. Got to get the Keith Sweat, like Jamie Foxx said in the video, making slow jams with... There's a video where Jamie Foxx and Kanye were working on slow jams, and he said, got to get the Keith Sweat. So that's a great Keith Sweat song, the best Keith Sweat song. Twisted. Akon, Don't Matter. Some people say this is corny, it's a bad placement, but it don't matter because it's my list. Get it? Don't matter? I'm sorry. I apologize. Dark Red by Steve Lacy. Shout out Steve Lacy because his album is coming out soon. I had to include that on here. I almost included Bad Habit too, but it was listed under pop, and I feel like it really is more of a pop song, so I did not include that on here. Frank Ocean, Lost. Another one of the best Frank Ocean songs. I think a Channel Orange probably has the higher highs than Blonde does, but that's just my opinion. More Akon, Lonely. I think the sample's amazing. Look, hate on me all you want, but I think Lonely deserves a spot on here. Caught Up in the Rapture by Anita Baker. Another Anita pick. One of the queens of R&B. Me and Those Dreaming Eyes of Mine by D'Angelo. Once again, guys, if you haven't heard a D'Angelo album, what are you doing? Come on. D'Angelo, Brown Sugar by itself is like a top 3 R&B album of the 90s. So Brown Sugar by itself, dude, if D'Angelo just released Brown Sugar, Voodoo's way better than Brown Sugar, by the way. But if D'Angelo just released Brown Sugar and then the one he released, the Black Messiah, if Voodoo never existed, he'd still be one of the king of R&Bs. That's how good Brown Sugar is. And like, exclude Voodoo from the picture, D'Angelo's still amazing. That's how good he is. Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. I mean, no words needed. She Lives in My Lap from Outkast. That's like a top 3 favorite Outkast song for me. So beautiful, so sexual. I love that song. Me and Your Mama. Like I said, I almost did not include Childish Gambino on here, and same thing with this one. But dude, it's crazy. He made like 2 of the best songs of all time with Me and Your Mama and Redbone on the same album. It's crazy. So I had to include that here. More Beyonce, more Destiny's Child, Say My Name. Joji, a lot of people may be shocked to see Joji on here, Slow Dancing in the Dark, but this is a perfect song, and I do consider it R&B, so it's on here. Oh, car driving by. Natalie Cole, This Will Be an Everlasting Love. One of those 80s, 70s songs that really just hits different, so I had to include it on here. Waterfalls by TLC. Once again, we have Creep on here, but this is another perfect 90s R&B song. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Okay. Hit the Road Jack, more Ray Charles. Once again, he'd be up there for king of R&B. For king of R&B, I think D'Angelo is the undisputed GOAT personally. Many people would say Marvin Gaye, and Marvin Gaye is amazing, but I think D'Angelo really perfected the style of R&B. But D'Angelo, the king of if you make multiple kings of R&B, it'd be D'Angelo, Marvin Gaye, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, and who else? If Frank Ocean makes a great album, maybe him. But we're gonna see about that. So Hit the Road, Jack. I mean, my name's Jack, and I love the song. Pony by Genuine, one of the most sexual songs ever. Yeah, this song goes crazy in the bedroom. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't use that in the bed, dude. Never use that song in the bedroom. That's the corniest thing you could ever do. Like, imagine playing dude. Never. That's just way too corny. I mean, it's an amazing song, but don't actually use it in the bedroom. Prototype off Outkast. Like I said, I recently made my Outkast rank video. Check it out if you haven't. And Andre cooked on this album on his part, The Love Below, and Prototype's one of the best songs, and I think it's a perfect R&B song. And I think this is the last Marvin Gaye placement, Sexual Healing. But like I said, there was 6 mandatory Marvin Gaye songs I had to choose. So I couldn't just do 5, and that's one of them. Off the Wall. Oh, I lied. So Off the Wall, it's really kind of like disco, but I still think it's R&B. That whole Off the Wall album, I really consider more R&B than I do pop. So I think Thriller and Bad are pop, but Off the Wall is really more R&B disco to me. So Off the Wall's on here because that's another amazing, perfect song. Be My Baby by the Ronettes. Classic. It's on here. We're in the last 10 here. After the Storm by Kali Uchis. Dude, I'm destroying. Is that how you say her name? I don't even know. I feel embarrassed. We're 90 songs in though, so we're not stopping. We're 90 songs in. But Kali, she killed. The Tyler verse on here is awesome, and After the Storm is an amazing, funky, groovy song. Jungle by Drake. Passion Fruit and Jungle are the 2 best Drake songs, and they're 2 perfect R&B songs. So say what you want, but Drake cooked for those songs. Okay, we're getting towards the end here. You Don't Know My Name by Alicia Keys. Westside Gunn, I feel like a lot of rappers have sampled this song, and it's for a good reason. Her singing here is amazing, so I had to include that on here. Anytime, Any Place by Janet Jackson. More Janet placements. Kendrick sampled this on Poetic Justice with Drake. Then we're last 5, guys. Last 5. Feel No Pain by Sade. That is the last Sade placement on here. Easy by Commodores. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Come on, guys. We had to include this here. All the Stars from the Black Panther soundtrack. I know it's a soundtrack, but this song's amazing. SZA and Kendrick did an amazing job on it. So, there's that. And the last 3, American Boy by Estelle and Kanye West. You know what's so funny about that one? I will say, though, I first heard the Fortnite version before I heard this song, the #1 victory royale, yeah, Fortnite, we about to get. Dude, I heard that before I heard American Boy, so I'm kind of embarrassed to say that. But I'm a guy who tells the truth, so y'all can hear the truth. Y'all can hear the truth right there. I did not hear. I heard the Fortnite version first, okay? So and then the last 2, like I said, I order these, so I had to place this very last. It's R. Kelly. It's Ignition Remix and Bump and Grind. Look, R. Kelly's not good at making albums, but he has some of the best R&B songs in the genre. Let's be real. Ignition Remix and Bump and Grind are 2 of the best songs in the R&B genre. So I'm sorry, guys. I had to put it on here. I absolutely had to put it on here. So this video might have been a little messy. It's been a minute since I made a long video. I'm working on short. See, I can't even talk. Short form content for this channel as well. But I made this playlist, and this is a nice little video I thought I'd make. Because, I really just want to spread the music. So, like I said, if you want to check this playlist out, it's Jack Alter on Spotify. I think pop might be next. And I was also thinking, there's so many songs I know for hip-hop. I could probably do a part 2 for perfect hip-hop songs. And at the end of these, I probably want to make 10 of these videos. And there's also miscellaneous songs that I've missed along the way. So, I also got to do metal. I might do jazz too, but jazz might be hard to find because the songs are 20 minutes. So the jazz one might be really hard, but yeah, that's the R&B one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're having a great day. Check out the playlist and subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. God bless, and peace.